G'day, Spice Legends. Welcome to Burnin Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. As you guys can probably tell, it's a bit of a special night. We've got a very special guest here, all the way from jolly old England, back in bloody London. I think there are 11 hours difference between us, so 8 o'clock here in Sydney, but 9 a.m. in London there. So we're going to bring in Matt Tangent, one of the co-founder of League of Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Matt Tangent. How you going, mate?
Hello, good day, good morning, and good evening as well.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Yeah, not London, Bristol.
Bristol, okay.
Yes, I'm a bit further west, about 120 k's from London. So still, we're talking Australian, distances. It's nothing. You drive for a pint of milk for that distance, wouldn't you?
Hop, skip, and a jump, yeah. G'day, Shaheen. Shaheen in the house.
Shaheen, hi. Bree, hi there. How you doing?
Keith, how you doing?
Yes.
We should be talking to Shahina very soon. I'll be having a chat to you, Shahina, when we can get you on as well, and a few other legends from the League of Fire as well. I've been watching the ladder, mate. It's been fierce this year. Wow, what is happening? What's going on?
It's just got a bit bonkers. These past few months, there have been some crazy Canadians.
That's right.
You've kind of jumped on it, and because it's huge in Canada as well. The League of Fire, people there's James Clopper. He's at the top. You
got to stay warm somehow, man. Hey.
Oh, exactly. And who else? We've got there's another guy, Kenny Never Die.
Kenny Never Die.
What
a name.
Yeah, let me just see if I can get. I'm trying to pronounce his name actually, because he's French. He's French Canadian, so
French Canadian, yeah, which is so he's got a little bit of an accent. He's like,
yeah. So here we go. What's his name? He's Kenny Never Die Lamoureux. He's fourth on the table.
Wow. So it's shaking up the top 10, isn't it, mate? It's
absolutely. Yes, yeah. I mean, it's the top 10 is a lot of the familiar characters in the top 10, but there's a few that are kind of just jumping in there because.
A few newbies, but at the same time, a few absolute psychos too, which is great. It's good to see that, yeah. So look, we all know who you are, Burnin Bites, matey. But for the small amount of people that don't know who you are, why don't you just introduce yourself and tell everyone what you do?
Right. Well, I'm Matt Tangent. I'm a co-founder of League of Fire. I've been a bit of a pepperhead, chilihead for pretty much all my life. But I also I import Australian hot sauce to the UK. That's how I kind of there's an Australian connection there. I brought Bunsters over to the UK. And other Australian sauces. What else? We got the Byron Bay Chili Company as well, because they used to produce in the UK, but they stopped doing that.
All right.
There's a big demand for it, so I thought, well, if I can get the proper Aussie stuff over, then we're on a winner. So.
I'm sure you've heard the whole Wiltshire kind of thing where they've sort of separated from the UK and come over to Australia, or there's like a band of Wiltshire come over to Australia or something like that. Do you hear about that?
Wiltshire Chili Farm, absolutely, yeah. Because they've got their own setup in the States as well, haven't they? They're they were on Hot Ones. On Hot Ones,
trying to take over, yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But they make cracking sauces, and it's. Good to have a UK brand, chili brand that's gone global.
Yeah, because that is one thing. Like it's odd. Like, no offense to the UK, but when you think the UK, you don't think cracking hot sauces and spicy foods. You're sort of thinking drizzly weather and whatever else, and jolly old London and that kind of stuff. But like it seems like the League of Fire has really brought it out of the shadows, and you guys are absolutely smashing through with some crazy challenges and some crazy products, eh?
Well, we do like to get involved with small producers ourselves. The League of Fire sources that we've got, this is one of them. This is the first year anniversary sauce. This was produced by Sean Overthrow from Henry's Hot Sauce, UK based. The Chug Challenges are produced by Hot Pods chili products, Stephen Dixon. So we kind of team up with him. We're working on some other challenges, the UK based. Obviously, we get a lot of challenges from the States as well. Willie Pete's chocolates, the Moab bar. Also the Blazing Foods. The Tubaterra, Johnny Scribble's Tubaterra, and their latest one, Death Nut Challenge version 3. We just got a load of those.
That looks dangerous, that one, that Death Nut Challenge. Yeah,
it does. There's a lot that goes up to 16 million Scoville heat units for the Death Nut. As if 13 million wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't die last time. Let's get closer.
Yeah.
I want to be revived. I want to be revived this time.
But that's one of the reasons why we decided to get the world's hottest corn chips in the challenge.
Oh yeah, they're fun, aren't they? They're a bit more. They've got a bit more of a heat to them than the Doritos.
Yeah, but also it's not just one chip, is it? It's one.
No, that's right. It's good. It's a good 30. It's a good solid 30 chips.
Yeah.
Going, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I'm melting here. All right, mate.
That's cool. We wanted to get some the Aussies involved. Obviously, your friend Demonic Dave. He's
well acquainted. He's got the name for a good reason.
Yeah. Well, he's I think he's top of the league table for the world's hottest corn chips. Let me just check that.
Oh yeah. I think he's the one that he smashed it 3 different times, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yes. He managed to do it in 1 minute 45 seconds, which is.
I think he did. Didn't he do one packet in 59 seconds?
In 59 seconds, in under a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he would have. I'm sure if he did, he would have. He'd done it in 1 minute 59, but nobody's broken the 1 minute mark.
Either way, that's still scary. That's I reckon doing it, and it took me a few minutes, and I was going, "Oh, mate, it's another level." And
I did it in 2 minutes 51 when I first tried it. I reckon I could beat that though.
And I believe, and I believe he's got the most amount of boxes completed too. Is that right?
Let me just check that again.
I think it was 6, wasn't it, or something ridiculous.
He's done it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's done it 15 times. I think he did 3 in one go, one after the other. No surprise. Yeah. First attempt was better than his subsequent ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It sounds like a challenge. Martin Fox says, yes. Yeah, it is a challenge. Yeah.
They're so dry. That's the thing.
Dry. Yeah, it's like eating like 30 packet chips, right? And I reckon they're hotter than the packet chips, to be honest. And Spice Legends, I'm going to tell you, I don't care how good you are, prep before you do it. I learned the hard way. I didn't eat for 24 hours. Dumbest thing I ever did. I felt. I tell you what, I felt it.
But you do need as well to basically wet your mouth before you dive in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen. There was a guy, Mike Jack, another crazy Canadian. He's a world record holder for a number of ghost peppers, etc. But he attempted the world's hottest corn chip challenge, and he just went for it, and he basically forgot to breathe, and he had a massive amount of. But he almost choked. It was like okay, this could be scary. We need to put a warning on these. Don't die. That's another reason why we ask
other chili heads be like, but did you die?
Exactly.
That's right. All right. Well, look, Matt. I don't know if you've seen our show before, matey. We're very similar to Hot Ones, matey. I've got a few companions here today. I thought I'd go extra Aussie today. I have bits and pieces of Aussie pie, good Aussie beef pie, and nice. I'm gonna whack my sauces on between each. Philip Masterson Smith. Okay, John West. Right. So I don't know who's saying that. Tyson got it. Anyway, so we're going to eat a sauce or a chili product, and then we'll ask a question. So that way we burn while you're answering the question. Right. Don't die. Warning on the label. Warning to Shahina. All right. So we'll what's it called? We'll start with we'll crack on. We'll start with the obvious stuff, mate. So what's the first thing you're eating, mate?
Well, I'm going to start with some actual Aussie chili jerky here, because I'm going to probably dip the other sauces that I've got into this. My brother sent me a load of jerky for my birthday, and this is kangaroo. It says sweet and hot.
Nice.
Gaming jerky.
Hop around a bit if you don't watch it.
Exactly. Right.
I got this one here. It's salubrious pork from Chili from Queensland, Nambour. They're amazing. Amazing. Nice. It's like a smoky pork kind of flavour. Wow. Yeah. All right, mate. So let's get the obvious question out of the way. So we'll eat and then you answer, right? How did the League of Fire begin, mate? Tell us the story behind that one.
Well, Oh, it's nice.
Mm.
It was about, we're March now. It was about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. I was staying with Shahina, UK Chili Queen, and her other half, Paul Oro, because me and Shahina were recording a TV show with Romesh Ranganathan. Have you heard of Romesh? He's a UK comedian. He had a show called Judge Romesh, which is like a spoof comedy version of Judge Judy. Do you know the American?
Yeah,
It's like the courtroom thing.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
It was where the idea was that Shahina was the defendant and I was the claimant, and the idea was rubbish, really. The idea was that I didn't want Shahina to do any more chili eating contests because it was dangerous for her, and her family and friends were a bit worried about her. And her defense was, no, I like doing chili eating contests, blah, blah, blah. It was shoehorned in, the idea was. And I mean, to be honest, it didn't actually make the final cut, which is just as well, because it was rubbish. It was rubbish. But anyway, I was staying with Sheena and Paul. And the night before the recording, Paul, we were chatting over a nice dram about, Shahina's achievements with her chili eating contest. I mean, at that point, I'd won one contest. I'd entered maybe 4 or 5, and I, came close second, third before. But we thought, what would be great is to showcase Shahina's achievements, and then have other people underneath with their kind of wins, just to kind of get a ranking of chili eating contests. And I have a website, Making Skills, and we kind of like having a chat. It's like, okay, I think we can work out how this could work, how we can do this. So I.
There's something in this.
Yeah, so I think there's potential here. So I, we kind of, we found all these people who'd won contests and kind of just put them in a league table as a mock-up, and did kind of like a one-page, like homepage for League of Fire with just the chili eating contests.
Yeah.
And then, people, that kind of sparked the imagination, and people were like, oh, well, that's great. And then we were speaking with Johnny Scoville and Brian Chirapi from Willie Pete's. Obviously had the Moab bar, the Moab challenge, mother of all bars, was a thing. How fast can you eat that Moab bar? So we thought, well, let's see if we can do a league table for that. And then the tube of terror, how many tubes of terror can you eat? And we kind of just did it that way. It's kind of evolved, really. And then it was like, well, you can't really compare a chili eating contest with a tube of terror and
no.
Therefore, why not offer points for the severity and of the challenge? So that's how that works. We added a point system.
Well, we'll go into that bit in a second. Actually, we'll talk about the point system in a second. We'll slowly kick along through this, but we'll go on to the next one. What's the next sauce you got there, mate?
All right.
I've got a smoking jerk from God's Sauces in WA.
I think I'm getting some of that sent over. It's on a pallet.
It's so good. I've actually got a bit of the what's it called? Poseidon's Kiss.
Oh.
And I'll chat with a review of that guy soon, coming up very soon. As well as I just got a hold of the new 13 Angry Scorpions Jekyll and Hyde Special Private Reserve. Oh,
reserve. Oh no, I've got some of the Jekyll and Hyde coming over on the pallet as well.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
What we got here? We got ginger and garlic sauce from Henry's Hot Sauce.
Ooh.
Henry's Hot Sauce. He's the guy who did the. There we go. I'm trying to get the.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Right. Let's see if we can open this up. Oh, that popped nicely. Wow.
All right. What are you chucking on, mate? Are you just raw dog? Are you going to go straight, or?
I'm going to go straight up first of all. Where's my spoon? There we go.
Where's my spoon? I was about to say, I nearly didn't think I nearly spoke before I said them. I was about to say, oh, you do a really good English accent. Like, wait a minute.
Where's my spoon?
Where's my spoon? Yeah.
Well, I've got me.
I don't have a Johnny Scoville one, mate. To be honest, there's mother of pearl things, eh?
Yeah. I've got this. I've got my Aussie button as well. If I want to go Aussie. Right. Anyway, right. I digress.
Give me this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
That was a birthday present from my uncle a few years back, and I love it. Right.
Oh yeah, I've even got a yes and no one as well, and they're just like no, and it's like yes, and it's like no. Oh, I annoy the absolute crap out of people with that.
This is got a bit stuck in the tube here. Right.
Yeah, buddy, oath bubs. It's good stuff. All right, mate. So look, the next question I want to ask you, I'm sure that people are gagging to ask you this question, right? So that's why I wanted to ask you, right? Tell us about the rules of the League of Fire. Tell us why they're so strict. I'm guessing because a lot of people have asked me that question. What's the go? Why are they the way they are? Why are they so strict? You know.
Well,
but for everyone that wants to know, you set the record straight,
reason they're so strict now is because we want to be kind of almost like a body that, like the Guinness World of Records, we want to be the Guinness World of Records for the chili world. So therefore, you have to have a kind of a constant. Everyone has to be on the same level playing field in that respect. So, I mean, the main rules are simple. Make sure that when you're doing a challenge, you have everything on screen. And, you know, don't go off screen. Don't, you know, make sure your product stays on screen. Don't have that off, because we've seen some videos that are very dubious. There was one particular one with the Tube of Terror where the guy kind of like put it down and then put it out of shot and kind of gave a little look. And it's like, the guy is obviously, he's got a stooge on the right, obviously replacing the peanuts. So,
yeah.
And it's like,
these normal peanuts are so spicy.
Yeah. So that kind of thing, people are wanting to kind of not even bend the rules. They want to basically take the piss, basically, and to try and get. And it's like, well, you know, either play the game or don't.
What's that saying? You can't make the rules if you don't play the game. And I'm like, yeah. And like, obviously, you're involved, so you know what's going on. You're not stupid.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And you're trying to make it so it's clear cut, it's simple, and that, you know, it's fair for everyone. And I think some people, they don't understand that. They're like, oh, why do you make it so hard? And you're like, well, it's not because it's been hard, but you know, there's a reason and a rhyme and a reason for everything. And like, that's what I want to ask you with your disclaimer. Like, how did you come up with that? Like, it was very interesting, the wording.
Well, the disclaimer was pretty much born out of that incident with the corn chips. With Mike Jack, you know, when he almost choked to death, we were thinking, Christ, could we be liable for that? Because we've been encouraged, basically. So it's got to that stage where a lot of people are doing a lot of challenges, and we want to cover ourselves because we don't want to be stung with a lawsuit, basically. You know, so we're covering ourselves. It's showing that we are being responsible with this, because some of these challenges are utterly crazy. The Rummy Bears challenge. That's the last challenge I've done for a while, and that was a while back. And that I've never had the worst cramps I've ever had. Just they kind of melted into me. Eating them was fine. It was just like 20 minutes after. It's like I can't bring it up. And I was on.
That's right. You just got to go
on the bathroom floor in the fecal position, just thinking I was going to die. And you know, that kind of thing. You need to know that you're getting yourself in trouble by doing these challenges, and it's kind of admitting that League of Fire, we're nothing to do with this. You know,
you're admitting fault on yourself and taking the consequences for your own actions.
Exactly.
I've been there. I've been in that exact same spot that you're saying. You're going. How did I get to this point? And then it gets to the point where you're going. Start to pray to God, but then God's not answering you, so you start to pray to Satan, and he doesn't answer either. And you're going, wow, what do I do? Like, you're just completely powerless.
Yeah, you just need to just ride it out, and it does pass, it does subside, but those Rummy Bears were the worst. I've had cramps before, but that was just. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to compare it with childbirth or anything like that, because you have no idea. But. No.
I've been told actually there's a challenge one out here that's very challenging. It's called the ENR challenge, and it's a 16 million Scoville pure capsaicin skull chocolate. Right?
Wow.
It's so full on that somebody told me that they licked it and I had gut cramps. I was like, you know, and one woman, she told me she ate it and she compared the gut cramps to childbirth, and I was like, wow.
You know, we can empathize.
So yeah, there you go, fellas. You want to Want to know what childbirth is like? Just go away.
We can have the ANR challenge lined up at the maternity ward. So that
yeah. You want to know? You want to know? Here you go. Here you go. Line up. All right, mate. Well, this next sauce here, mate. I've got this is Raspberry 100 from Fire England Gourmet Chilies. I absolutely freaking love this sauce. I've said it a million times. It pops when you mix it with something with cinnamon. Raspberry just sets off with cinnamon. It's so good. And so like Coca-Cola or drink it with Fireball. Oh, I drink with Fireball with Marty Pribble, and I was just like, my God, such a good sauce. What do you got there, buddy?
I've got Bunster's Posh Barbecue.
Posh Barbecue, nice.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that one. That looks good.
Oh, this is a new recipe. This is made with black truffle and cacao.
Oh.
I've had the original one, and but not tried this one. So let's give it a go.
That sounds pretty legit. Yeah.
Bunster's stuff is fantastic. Anyway.
I've tried a few of their other sauces. It's very sort of vegetably. It almost it's like a hot sauce. When it feels like a hot sauce while you're eating a spring roll. It's actually, which is a surprising flavor. It's a good flavor.
Oh, I can smell there's dill in this. I can smell that coming through.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
all right, I'll let you get that one there.
There we go.
The question I want to ask you, you sort of started to delve on it before, but let's elaborate a bit more. How did you work out the point system for the ladder? Because I am curious. I want to know a bit more about how you figure out who gets points for what and where and why. So tell us a bit more about that one, mate. Cheers.
Well, the point system, obviously early on, we kind of allocated points for the chili eating contest wins, and we worked out that maybe 10 points for a win would be about right after having to go through the trauma of getting to the win was worth 10 points.
And then you're like 10 points to Gryffindor.
Exactly. We've since kind of made it 3 points for a win if it's an online chili eating contest. And so we then thought, well, for Tube of Terror, we'd give it 7 points, and for the Moab,
the whole tube,
right? Yeah, you get kind of 4 points. But with if you're going to be doing multiple versions of the challenge, then you'll get bonus points as well.
So 1 point for every year Paul shares we're trying the challenge.
So you get kind of bonus points. So let's say you did 2 Tubes of Terror, you get 7 points for each tube, plus you get
that's a lot of tears. That's a lot of tears.
Yeah, you get a bonus point for
you get a bucket load of tears. Points, not tears.
But yeah, so you get a bonus point for doing multiple versions. So if you did a 3rd tube, you would then get another 2 bonus points. So that accumulates. That's one of the reasons why James Clopper has just been climbing that ladder, because of the number of challenges he's doing, but in succession. So he's clocking up all these bonus points as well, which kind of accumulate.
Yeah, I've noticed that at one stage he was like double this person coming second. I was like, what the hell? Where did this guy come from? Like,
yeah, you did 16 of the UK Chili Queen Killer Queen challenge. 16 of them. That's that's 800 mil of Reaper, because it's 50 mil a bowl. That's 800 mil, almost 0.8 of a litre of pint and a half of Reaper and extract.
Yeah, and I don't think not many people can do that. Like that's
no, and he does it with the other chug challenges as well. So that's how he's managed to.
I saw a picture of what Dustin Johnson looked like after 13 or something, and I was like 13 and a half, and I was like, dude, he looks like he's a guy. Like you look like some serious pain, and like after seeing him on Netflix and going, what the hell did this guy do? And so to see James Clocker, he deserves his title. He's superhuman. He's nature in a good way, because just wow, he just blows my mind how that is incapable.
Yeah, he's a lot of it's in the mind. I mean, you probably know what it's like with if you've got your mind set to something, then you can do it. Sometimes your body basically says you don't have a choice. But But it's definitely a mental thing. You've got to kind of block things out. I mean, I think my tolerance has dropped somewhat over the past couple of months, just from lack of doing the challenge. And I've got a few challenges lined up to do, but it's just getting in the zone, in the mind zone, to kind of do them.
That's kind of right. You know, it's how you perform in the day. And there's that old saying, you know, you're only good as, there's a boxing saying, you're only as good as the day you box, kind of thing, you know. And it's how well you prepped for that day, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You could be a better boxer or a better competitor the next day or the day before, but it matters on that day, you know.
Absolutely,
and like where you're saying there is not just that James is prepping and whatever like that, but he's preparing himself and he's doing all the right things on the days that he does it, you know. And he's not sort of second guessing and go, oh yeah, I'll just have a crack. He's really going for it, like you said.
Yeah,
you know?
well, he's got a very competitive mind. I think he's done taekwondo.
So he used to be a bodybuilder as well at some stage, I think.
Yeah, so that takes a lot of discipline, you know.
Well,
mentally as well, to get through those pain barriers. So
I think it takes a certain level of crazy to do that.
Oh yeah,
and then another certain level of crazy to do what we do in Chile.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's combined the two disciplines.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, and he's at the top, and he deserves to be there, as Paul said.
Oh yeah, no, there's no debating that. Like, when you got nearly double the points, you're just like, well, yeah. Fair enough. All right, mate. What's the next one you got there, buddy? I've got this one.
So we got that mild.
It's hand-smoked Chipotle barbecue sauce. I love this one. Abso-freaking-lutely love it. So good. What do you got there, mate?
I got Merg McCarney from HIJINKS hot sauce. This was a League of Fire kind of collaboration. This is not a challenge sauce, just one of HIJINKS hot sauces. It's got red rococo, jalapeno, and red hot finger peppers.
Ooh, rococo is an interesting flavor. You know, I was interesting the first time I had a rococo with Neil Smith of the Hippie Seed Company, and I was so surprised when I bit into it, going, "That's a really fruity kind of juicy type of chili." And it wasn't mega hot, but it was just really good flavor. Yeah.
Oh,
geez, mate. Look, the question I want to ask you is about the. I'll let you eat first, right? I want to ask you about the world titles and the belt. So tell us a bit more about that. Let's eat this one first.
The belt, yeah. Well, the very first time we took the belt kind of coincided with the launch of League of Fire. It was back in July 2019, when people were still allowed to congregate.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, wow. Actually, that's actually got a bit more heat than I was expecting.
Or your tolerance?
Not in a good way, but I think, yeah, things have moved up a bit. Where was I? Yeah, 19th of July, I think it was. Let's have a look. It was the very first ever. Yes, it was between Johnny Scoville, 21st of July, 2019, wow. At the Guildford Cheese and Chili Festival, and it was kind of between Shahina and Johnny Scoville, so it was kind of two chili titans battling. And because it was the very first one, I thought I wanted to get involved as well. So I think I lasted 3 rounds, and it went on way after that. And the amount and the number of peppers that were consumed.
Paul's just going Baruga Matt, more like the.
Thanks, Paul. Yes, that's Paul, the other co-founder of League of Fire, if anyone is wondering. Yeah, so that was the first belt match to kind of give a title of the best pepper eater. You know, it's going to battle one-on-one, because we wanted to make it, again, similar to boxing, where you've got kind of 2, champions against each other. And to qualify for a belt match, you have to have won at least one other, you've got to have won a chili contest to be eligible to take part in a belt match. I mean, if you're going to be taking part in a belt match, you need to be, you've got to have had a few wins really to kind of justify it. But at least one, and then you're eligible.
That's right. And so the belt went to Justin Rumble at one stage, didn't it?
Yes, because the seasons, we thought it would be great if we could send it down under to Justin to play with. I think he had it for. I think he kept it for a while. He beat Jesse, who was going to Jesse the Chili Philly, in a title match, and he's kept it. But then he moved to Melbourne, I believe. But anyway, the belt is actually coming back up to Shahina. She's Justin has relinquished. Is that the word? Handed it back to Shahina to basically take it on for this season, really, because what do we know? In March, hopefully, COVID will be dying down, and we can actually get some events going on, and then we can actually start traveling, moving about, and get a proper belt match going again.
Right. So with that being said, who do you think is in line to challenge Shahina to take the belt? Is it the person we were just discussing before? Like, who do you think is?
Well, that would be very interesting, wouldn't it, to have a Canadian come over to the UK and challenge? That would be good. I mean, Dustin would be another one, but Dustin and Shahina have already battled against each other in a kind of in a match, but it wasn't a belt one, but it was very similar. And it went down to the wire.
That was very tight. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen that, type in Shahina UK Chili Queen versus Atomic Menace. Wow, what a crazy video. That was amazing. Check it out on YouTube. I think was it on League of Fire or was it just on Shahina's?
I think that's on Shahina's YouTube. Yeah, UK Chili Queen.
I think it was on that one as well. Yeah, but guys, if you haven't seen it, wow, it's phenomenal. Like it's the guy that doesn't feel pain versus the woman who can just put away chilies like no tomorrow. And like, see, that's the weird thing. The weird thing about Shahina is you can see that she's hurting, but she just goes to a special place. Off she goes, and then she's off with the Wizard of Oz or something. And I'm like, where the fuck did she go? Like,
that mental kind of attitude of I'm not going to be. Paul Oro said Martin Fogg is due a belt match. I don't know if that's just something he's just said or whether that's kind of potentially in the making. But Martin Fogg, he is something else, I'll tell you, because he won a chili eating contest in Bristol a few years back at what was it called? Grill Stock.
Sheena was saying herself.
So tough.
Yeah, we could see it, Sheena. You hurt, girl, but mate, you stuck it through. Good on you, mate. What a legend, eh?
But yeah, Martin Fogg, he would be a good contender because it was Grill Stock a few years back, the chili eating contest there, and he kind of just ploughed through and did not break a sweat. And I was like, wow. I was hoping to defend my title because I'd won it a couple of years before that, and I was thinking, I'm glad I wasn't up there because there's no way I would have come anywhere near close. But Martin Fogg would be Martin. That's if you're watching.
You're welcome, Shahina.
I reckon you're right there.
On the show. We'll see you soon. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and that's like it's funny. Like you think you're going to be good on the day, and then sometimes some people will just rock up and they are freaks of nature. They are absolute animals, like you're saying, Martin Fogg. And you're going, oh well, okay. Welcome to the jungle now. You're just like, yeah. So it's funny. You don't know what competition you're going to be in, and then suddenly you're there the day going, I see now. Exactly. All right, mate. Well, what's the next one you got there, buddy? I've got this one. It is Aussie Gold by Tracy's Chili Session. It's quite amazing, this one. This is one. It's got a tincture. It's got a tincture in it. One of the sauces got a tincture in it. And mate, I tell you what, it's tasty because you don't like. I've said it once. I'm going to say it a million times. You have a tincture and you don't really think tasty, right? But this combined sauce with the right mixture with the right herbs and things, it tastes it's really nice. It's quite a good sauce, that lemon myrtle kind of flavor. So I was, wow, blew my mind about what you can and can't put in the sauce. And but what do you got there, mate?
Well, I've got Bunsters again. This is the hot sauce. I don't have a bottle because, like I said, they're in the warehouse. But this is one of the little portion samples that they do.
Never seen that before. That's cool.
Yeah, they're very cute. They're very cute. So I've got this. Hang on, let me just open that up. Oh yes.
All right.
All right.
Cheers, bud. well, I'll leave it with this one, right? And I just want to ask you is how do you become League of Fire recognized? So let's take this one. Cheers. Cheers. And I'm not talking just about it being a competitor. I'm talking about running your own comps, like having competitions, having your own ladders and things like that. Because one of the things we brought up with you, Matt, is running the Aussie Chili Championships here in Australia and creating our own Australian Chili Champion to take up the reins and take on the rest of the world. So we've spoken to you a bit about that, but do you want to run through with everyone else as well and tell us how we get League of Fire recognized? What's the story behind that?
What, have your contest League of Fire recognized? Is that what you're saying?
Too. Just in general, for people in general to go, how do you get League of Fire recognized? And
you mean the product? How does a product become League of Fire recognized? Or
like a contest or a challenge or...
Oh, I see. Okay, yes. Well, to be League of Fire recognized within the chili eating, the pepper eating contest table, you would need to have follow the rules, generally for the chili eating contest, which would be majority of the rounds being fresh pods. Starting from a low heat, working your way up to hot, super hot. That's a general rule. You can have a couple of rounds here and there of maybe a hot sauce or something else that's not a pod, but it's got to be mainly pods to be kind of recognized as a chili eating contest. Otherwise, we'd have to set up a new league table for different types of contests,
Yeah, and that was the conversation that me and you had a while back, where I was going, okay, this competition is going to be crazy, well, because it's going to be 30 rounds or KO. That's what I was saying. It's going to be half pods, and then the other half is going to be chili products, and you're just going, whoa, what is the story with that?
Yeah, I think we decided that we would for that we'd have a separate kind of league table or a separate event.
That's right. Which I thought was a really good idea, because you're going, all right, well, let's have the Australian Chili Championships has its own table. I'm going, mate, I welcome that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be worth thinking. Did that happen? Because that was meant to have that.
Now because of COVID concerns, obviously we had to postpone a few things. So push it back to July. So it's going to be in. We're going to say mid-July, guys. Isolation. So don't worry, you haven't missed Australian Chili Championships. It's still on. Just had to postpone to get a few more logistics in hand. But obviously July it'll be on, and we've got crazy prizes. We've got $1,000 cash for the winner, an actual crown. We have what's it called? You know how there's, like, instead of having a belt, we have or like a shield. All the Australian people watching, watch State of Origin. There's the shield at the end of State of Origin with your name engraved and your state. We're going to have the golden boomerang. You have you'll have your name engraved in it, your state, and the year that you won, and that'll be forever on the golden boomerang, as well as you'll get a ridiculous amount of chili products and prizes and a giant trophy as well.
And that's going to be an annual event. Is that going to be an annual event? Yeah,
that's the aim. Yeah, so the aim is obviously an annual event, and so that way your name goes on the golden boomerang every single year, and gets it in there into legend. As well as the other thing was we were talking to you about is the winner or the different levels are going to get certain points that contribute to the League of Fire. Is that right? The League of Fire table.
Yes, I think we discussed that, and I think after speaking with Shane and Paul, we worked out. You said there was going to be 30 rounds.
Or KO.
Yeah, or KO. So I think we're going to give maybe 1 point for every 2 rounds completed. So that because the regular chili eating contests, the belt matches. I think it's 50. Oh God, I can't even remember. You've got 15 points. Bear with me a second. Hot sauce, chili pepper. Guildford Condescenti rules. Let's have a look. So, Jules. That's Jules. What no, making point? Duel 1 drawn. I think it's 15 points for if you partake but lose, and it's 20 points for a win. I'll have to check all that, but to have Yeah, an Australian one that we could sort of continue and then have different tables, because each competitor could have their own League of Fire profile, and they could get points. And that would work. I'm just trying to work out how it would work within the website itself, and then for people to have their own profiles.
That's right.
Yeah.
The other thing that what I realized as well, and if you've not been involved with it, Spice Legends, and if you're a producer, you want to get involved, we're going to create some uniquely Australian products and some uniquely Australian challenges involving obviously chilies and that. So you're going to see some wild stuff in there that no one's ever seen before. And we're going to present it and do it in a way that you haven't seen before either. It's going to be a pretty crazy competition. It's going to be unlike something I've ever seen. And that's why we're going to have some unique prizes as well. So not just League of Fire points, but some pretty wild prizes, and even the trophies all custom done. So we're going to have some really unique trophies. That's for sure. So I can't wait till we actually get it done, Spice Legends. And if you're a producer, Spice Legends, you want to get involved, just contact Burnin by Down Under or hit me up, Phil North, and we might be able to sneak something in there last minute as well too. All right, mate. So let's just delve into the next one. What's the next one? I've got Freya's Fire from Viking Chili.
Right.
This is like a last dab, but a bit more mild, like a medium last dab. It's pretty tasty sauce.
Medium last dab.
What do you got there, mate?
I think I might go for this one here. Scotch bonnet pickle from the chili.
Nice.
Yeah, this is Rick Saunders.
Thanks, Shahina. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty rad, mate. It's gonna be pretty wild.
I've had
this like this before.
This
is all right.
Oh, this is just awesome. I can smell the cumin. I can already feel it oozing through my pores.
Ooh, nice.
You know?
All right. Well, mate, look, the next question I want to ask you is like if you've hosted or held or adjudicated a lot of comps. Talk us through some of your craziest comp moments, matey. Tell us what's the craziest comp moments that you've seen or either been in yourself or that you've seen and experienced. Cheers.
Craziest competition moment. Well, I'm thinking of one where it was the Brighton chili. Building that is the Brighton Fiery Foods Festival a few years back. It was held over 3 days. I think Shahina did two of the contests. She did two of the competitions, and the last day I was basically up against Shahina, and it was almost a draw. We got down to the Reapers. I think we're onto the third Reaper. And I just could not. My mouth had just seized up, and I couldn't get it in my mouth. It was like trying to stick a butt plug up a cat's anus. What
a comparison! I love that. That's great.
It was not going to go. But Shahina obviously won that. But
I can just imagine Shahina shaking her head, going, "Don't do that, Matt. Don't do that. Not with my kiddies." No, anyway, sorry, keep going.
It was so close. But the day before there was this guy. He was actually one of the stall. He was running one of the stalls, but he had this kind of attitude. He was like he was just there. He looked so cool. He just looked so cool as he was eating. Didn't seem to break a sweat on nothing. Very quiet. And we're thinking, wow, this is some kind of game changer here. What's going on with him? And unfortunately, what happened was he had a brain bleed, and he had to go to hospital. He was fine. He was all right in the end, but he had the contest had he was on some medication which he didn't declare in the.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, wow, that's a unique response or symptom from chilies. Like, how much chili you had? Oh, I've had enough chili to make my brain bleed.
Yeah, but no, he Well, of course, it builds. You get your heart rate and adrenaline starts going through your body, and obviously your blood pressure increases. And if you've had a pre-existing condition, but yeah, so that made the headlines. Man has brain bleed after eating chilies. What? Panic!
Yeah.
I can give a rest.
It's a bit like all the time. They go, yeah, wait a minute, can't that kill you? And I'm like, nah, it sucks. It doesn't kill you.
Unless you have a pre-existing condition.
Yeah. And that's in the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
So I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing that had happened. Yeah.
It happens when Shahina competes the other guys. Just want to win so much out of the hospital. Yeah, I can see that happen. And unfortunately, some egos and some prides get smashed and torn to bits. And yeah, I think that Shahina does that to a few people, I think. Yeah. All right, mate. Well, what's the next one you got there, mate? I've got this 13 Angry Scorpions Jekyll and Hyde. Like I tell you before, this is the normal one. I'm going to be reviewing the private reserve very soon.
Yeah, the normal one. I love that.
What do you got there, mate?
Well, I'm thinking I should have had this Scotch bonnet pickle later because that's the flavour of that is just lingering. I've just got to decide what to have next.
Burn.
I'm going to go for the Anus Primus.
The what? The what?
Anus Primus.
Are you just mispronouncing that, or is it supposed to be?
No, it's Latin for first year. This was the
I thought you meant Anus Primus.
Produced for the League of Fire by Henry's Hot Sauce to celebrate our first year in existence.
Right.
It's a barbecue sauce. It's got Reapers in. It's got Scotch bonnet, Naga, Scorpion. No, it hasn't got Reapers. Yeah, Scotch bonnet, Naga, Scorpion. It's got Henderson's relish in as well, which is very similar to Worcester sauce.
Ah, okay.
But it's without the anchovies. So it's a vegan version of Worcester sauce. So it's means that anyone can have this. But this is just super duper, super sweet. And I tend to get through a bottle of this in maybe 2 or 3 sittings because it is just so tasty.
Oh, I love when there's did I just see Scotch bonnet pickle? Rick,
yes, you did, Rick. Yes.
That's right, Slick Rick. So mate, look, the question I want to ask you more Eden this now is that you've obviously got to review a lot of videos. You must get a lot of entries, you know. You've got to review them, check that they're legit and whatever like that. Tell us about the weirdest entries and in the videos that you got and what's the coolest ones you've seen. So tell us about that.
Wow. Okay. The weirdest ones. Well, obviously, I think some of the weird ones are the ones that that maybe don't, the fails. They're the one, when people kind of just had to go off camera and you hear the in the distance. So obviously they don't get it, but there are a few videos that I've seen that that kind of are amusing,
when they meet their friends who we heard. Bird!
Yeah. Ruth! The best, again, you've got one like James Clopper, for example. Some of his videos last for hours, so I don't actually watch the whole thing. I'm skipping through to make sure that everything's being done. And you just sort of see the expression on their faces change from over time.
Do you ever play the Benny Hill theme song? Just bust it up,
Yeah, if I was to put that on YouTube, they would get the copyright and they would get the royalties for that.
Yeah, right.
There was one video that Dustin did of the eating 122 Carolina Reapers. He did that on a live stream. And he had a big bowl of them, and he was just merrily.
I did see that, yeah. And even I've got back like, wow, like
I know.
You see the face just deteriorate over time. Like,
exactly. Well, I asked him if I could do an edit of that, where I would go through the whole video and chop that 2 hours down to 9 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the one. My job is like, I'm going to try 222 Reapers. 2 hours later.
But with that 9-minute edit, you can see the light, the sunshine, kind of like moving across the screen over time, and also the color of Dustin's face throughout that 2 hours, kind of just getting redder and redder. And you kind of watch that, and you realize there's an element of human being person in there. It's not.
He's not a robot.
No, he's not. He's not a cyborg. No, he's.
Yeah, it's not quite right.
Those are the kind of videos where you think, wow, just incredible.
Yeah. I think I was sort of that remind me. It was reminiscent of what was it? Shahina's attempt where she had that whole table of chilies. Was it 102 Reapers? I don't know, something ridiculous.
She did 105. She did 105.
That's it. Yeah, And I've just gone, how can a human being fit that in them? And then I've gone, and look at the size of this human being. She is a stick. How does she do that? You know, was she magic? Is she friends with Harry Potter? Is she gone at platform 9 3/4? I don't understand. Where'd she put it? Like, I was just like, wow. You know,
well,
it
it worked out at the end that she ate about 1% of her own body weight in breakfast.
Oh, is that all?
Which is quite slight. Which is quite slight. So, you know,
Yeah,
if she's 50 kilos and it was like 500 grams.
50 kilos?
I think so.
Less than half my body weight. I don't want to be unfair on Dustin, but I think she's definitely half his body weight at least. You know, I'm going, wow. You know,
I'm sorry, we shouldn't be talking about ladies' weight. You know, but
no, but I mean that in a positive way. Yeah. Well, no body shaming is okay. Love you, you know. Seriously, I'm just surprised that you're that mythically that amount of legend. You know, you're obviously in the pantheon for a reason of chili. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. That's one word for it. I don't have any other words for it, but crazy. Yeah, that's right. All right, mate. Well, let's get on the next one. I got Dr. Paul's hot sauce from WA. This is Ruby's Reaper.
Oh, very nice.
This one's probably rated about 1.2 million Scoville. I reckon it's. Well, that's what I rated. I reckon it's about that hot. But it's bloody tasty. It's a really good Reaper sauce. Yeah.
I'm going to go for this one. Again, my mouth is still very, very savoury, but this one here is Johnny Scoville's Chase the Pineapple. And my mouth is just full of.
Can you do the sign-in? Can you do the Johnny Scoville sign-in?
Oh, I've got issues. That one.
No, you go. I love it. He's just like, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Yes,
I could do that, but it would be I think I'd do it in a way that would be disrespectful. I think.
What would be your one if you had to do like a sign in for League of Fire? How would you go? I'm Matt Tangent, and this is League of Fire. Like, what would you?
Well, no, my general one was hi, Matt Tangent. How you doing? That's kind of it, really. And whenever I do video, I very rarely do live videos for challenges because I like to edit my video to kind of be sort of entertaining. And the number of outtakes that I have are unbelievable. I tend to kind of include the outtakes at the end of my videos because there are so many of them. And that's kind of my
you could do one with like a teacup where a guy, I'm not tangent, this is not tea, this is actually tea.
Oh my God.
What do you got there?
This is the Pinango, which is pineapple and mango Carolina Reaper. That is so sweet. Wow, it smells. The mango is just coming through in the pineapple. You know, like those ice cream Solero.
Yeah.
With that the outer coating is that mango and pineapple.
Right.
Oh man, it just smells so sweet.
I feel like a pineapple in the hot sauce. I'm a bit of sweet tooth, and I think the pineapple just sits really well in those sauces there. Yeah. All right, mate. So we'll jump to this next one. I'll let you. The question I want to ask you, obviously, being one of the men and women behind the League of Fire, you've got to deal with all the unfun stuff. You've got to deal with the admin and the paperwork and what stuff that goes behind the League of Fire. Tell us a bit about that and what it takes to get this thing going, like, and off the ground, you know, because everyone's just deals with the videos and the fun and games, but how much effort goes in behind the scenes to keep this going, eh?
Unbelievable amount of time and effort. It's pretty much a full-time job for myself, just keeping up with the challenges, creating the league tables. The website itself is just growing exponentially with every new challenge that I put up. So it's very, very time consuming. We need another me to kind of deal with it, because of course we've got the shop as well. We've got the League of Fire shop. So I have a third-party logistics firm about a 20-minute drive from me who deals with all that now. I mean, they take a big chunk of money, but at the same time, I don't need to deal with parcels anymore. Oh man, that Pinango is really good. So it's just constant. It invades my dreams. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of constantly evolving. You know, it's like, you know, we chatted about the Australian chili champs thing. The ability to be able to put that in there and because my mind knows exactly how the league tables and the ins and outs of the website works, because it's just you've got people's profiles, and then in each profile you've got links to their own videos, and in those videos they have links to the league table. So there's lots of crisscross within the website to make it kind of very
like a network.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So if you clicked on because you've got your profile on the League of Fire. So if I was
Oh yeah, I forgot I wrote that one.
so if I write Phil in the search, let's see what comes up. That's Phil, many Phil. There's many Phils. Oh, there's that Phil.
So many Phils.
There's Phil. Okay, I'm going to put Chili Philly because you're a Chili Philly, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently.
I'm just trying to think.
Maddie, try the. Oh, I've got a question for you. Heather said, "Does Matt try the new challenges before accepting them?"
Yes and no. There we go. Chili Philly Burning Bites Down Under. We'll go on this a sec. I do try some of them. There's a few that I have in my my drawer of pain, which I have got to do. I've still got the Peanut Brutal. I've still got Tuba Terror, and I've got the Death Nut Challenge 3 to do because I kind of like those challenges. I sample challenges to kind of get an idea of the points that can be on offer. Shahina samples them as well as a super duper chili head.
And she points and laughs at you.
Well, yeah, but it's I don't try them all. I mean, I do try to try them, but again, it's getting the time and again getting in the zone to in the challenge.
Time in the toilet paper.
So let me just have a look at Chili Philly Burning Bite Down Under One Chip Challenge. So you are there.
Oh yeah, that was ages ago now.
You've done the corn chip challenge in 3 minutes 27. So it's got links to both your videos, and it's got links to your social media stuff as well. And it all links because we're there to promote the chili heads as well. If they've got a page, their own Facebook page or their own website, they sell products. We'll stick them on there as well. So it's kind of a real. We're there to share the love as well as get traffic to the site and build the brand that is League of Fire, really, because it's a thing. It really is a thing now.
Yeah. So you got to share the love and the burn at the same time.
Absolutely, share the love and the burn.
All right, mate. This next one here I've got is Cobra Chili's Fever. Their slogan's "Face the Fury," and this one's about 1.6 million Scoville. It's pretty warm.
Wow. I do like Cobra
Vaughan
Chili.
Henry.
Yes, I know Vaughan. He lives just down the road from my mum.
Oh, okay.
In Mudgery Bar.
Mudgery Bar?
Mudgery Bar in near the Gold Coast.
Yeah, good old Mudgery Bar.
Mudgery Bar, that's how it's pronounced. Right, yeah. I went to see him when I was last out in Australia visiting my folks. I went to see him and then said hi. This is when I kind of imported over the first lot of Cobra Chili. In fact, I've got a few bottles of new stuff on the next pallet, which is due. It's due to arrive in the UK
any minute
week, actually. Okay. What day is it? It's Friday. Next week sometime, and then it's got to get through customs. It's got to get through Port Health and all that. Oh, right. Where are we? So,
all right. What one you got there, mate? What's the one you up to?
Bunsters again. This is the
Shit the bed.
Shit the bed. This is one of my favourites. One of the best sellers here from Aussie Hot Sauces as well.
So did you? Is that the first one you saw from Renee?
Yes, indeed. Well, I saw the very first Shit the Bed on Facebook. It kind of in the old bottle.
Yeah.
Right. Around, it was kind of very viral. And my first instinct was, I thought it was a bit of a joke.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, because it was called Bunsters Fresh Shit the Bed, and I thought, I don't want to go anywhere near something that has fresh and shit in the same title. Do you know what I mean?
That being said, though, I think it was one of the first Australian sources to break into the American.
Yes, indeed. Right? Yeah, they were number one on Amazon twice in the hot sauce chart.
Right. So tell us, was it the first Australian source to break through into the UK, into the European scene?
Scorpions. Yeah. No, hang on. I would say
No. You know.
no, Byron Bay, I think, was probably more well known in the UK as an Aussie sauce, but there weren't any Aussie sauces in the UK at all. That's why I thought to myself, I think there's a market for this in the UK. People want to. I was out in Australia. I've got family out there. Realised that there was all this amazing sauce out there. And I thought, why don't I bring a load over to the UK?
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of the chili shops and online stores. That's a builder, that is. We're specialising in American sauces. Blair's Insanity sauce, bomb, and all that. And Mexican sauces as well. But there was no one dedicating there to Australia. And I thought, well, how can I make this work for me? I've got family out there. Every time I visit my family, it's a business trip. So
right, come on, nice.
Well, that's like. Well, that's why I went to see Vaughan in Majura, and I just so happened to bump into my mother at the same time. So it was nice. But yeah, I decided to get in touch with Renee when Bunsters, Shit the Bed was starting to become bigger. I think she said that people had already asked her about bringing it over, but they weren't happy with the number that she wanted to bring over. Right. And I was like, I've got to go for this. You can't have a website called Aussie Hot Sauces without Bunsters in it.
True.
So I put my money down and said, right, let me buy, half a pallet's worth, see how we get on. It happened, and it sold very, very well. It's a great gift. It's a great sauce, actually. It's not just a joke sauce. Wow, this scorpion's burning me up now.
I've got a question that I actually meant to ask you. So, look, what I want to ask you was, will you start another league? Will you start another, kind of League of Fire, or are you going to just start like a Justice League or a League of Burgers next? Like, what's the story with that, mate? Is it going to start?
I hadn't even thought about that, to be honest. I'm so busy with League of Fire, but I suppose we could do League of anything, I suppose. There's nothing to say that I can't do anything. Yeah, you're sparking the imagination now. I'll probably keep it down. If I do anything like that, it'll probably be down the spicy tip, because that's my USP. I mean, everyone's got a talent of some kind, and I always used to think, what am I good at? I was rubbish at sport. I was okay at I was rubbish at art. I was kind of didn't know what I was good at. And then I realized, I'm good at eating spicy products. I have the ability to. Let's see if I can make a career out of this. When I was younger,
I say I'm good with eating spicy products, and people say you never shut the fuck up, so maybe you should do something with it. So here we are.
Exactly. So I thought, I need to be able to do something with what I'm good at, and obviously I suppose I'm good at building websites. I'm self-taught doing that, and I have an eye for imagery, and sounds like I can do editing as well. Again, that's all self-taught. So
very handy. Actually, all very handy skills.
Yeah, I'm okay at a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a bit of a legend or something. Yeah. All right, mate. Well, look, let's go on to the next one. I've got this next sauce here. This is from Uncle Marco's. This is COVID-19. I love this Cheeky Reaper. And the Cheeky Reaper there, if you notice, it's got a COVID-19 mask on there as well.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Rated 19 out of 10 heat as well.
Right. So I just need to eat some bread here, because that scorpions from that shit the bed has just hit my stomach now. Hang on.
Oh, yeah. She's fun.
I'm gonna go through the turbo supercharge, pepper pleasure, or Marisol. I think I'm gonna go for Marisol.
All right.
There's another Aussie sauce. We had these in the shop, in the Aussie hot sauce shop, but we sold a few of them, but not many. But you get a nice 200ml bottle of. It's like a little grenade. This.
I was going to say, it looks like a holding a bloody red grenade.
Okay. Oh, spices.
It's not like a grenade though.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, it's again spices. I can smell cumin in that. Right. There's a big amount clogged up in the the neck there.
The neck. All right, mate. Well, look, one of the questions I want to ask you now is, look, you've come this far so quickly with the League of Fire. You've done some pretty amazing things. You've got some amazing people involved. You know, it's really cool to see it come this far. But look, what advice would you give to someone who wanted to try and start something either similar or from the ground up, where they wanted to try and start a competition or a challenge or a league of something or whatever like that? What advice would you give to someone that's trying to just up and coming, that's new and that kind of thing? Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. My advice would be just get on and do it. Don't fanny about. Just get on and do it. Life's too short. You know, if I have ideas these days, I don't and ah about things too much. I just get on and do it. Because if you don't, someone else will, and then you'll be like, "Damn, I should have done that." You know, we've all got regrets. You know, we've all got regrets. You know, we didn't ask such and such a person out, or you didn't, you know, buy Bitcoin in 2013. You know, so, but you can't live in the past. You have to look forward. My advice is just it sounds a bit cliche, but just get on and do it. If you want to, if you've got an idea, you know, it's like with League of Fire. The idea was just to have chili eating contests and to show people their ranking, and it's evolved. So it's just evolved into what it is now, because
it's so romantic. So dramatic.
What was that referring to?
I actually don't know. That's why I was laughing, going, I have no idea what this is about.
just get on and do it. Yeah,
just do it. Come on. All right. So, got the second last question here, mate. So 2 to go. So this is second to last. This is Where's the Dunny? By Australian Extreme Chili Condiments. This is by Rob Dunn. Love Rob Dunn. He's a legend. And this sauce is quite amazing in itself. It's just like wow. And I reckon it's nearly 2 million to go with this one. If not at least 2 million, it's just wow. It's bloody hot, good flavor.
I've got here.
And if you like baked beans, apparently ask Michael Harrison. What? Oh, not asking someone out. Yeah, that's right. That sounds romantic. Yeah, you're saying make sure you ask someone out. Yeah, true. Good point, Tree Hater. Good point. What was it? Michael Harrison will give me shit. He said that this goes really well with baked beans. I'm not a fan of baked beans. If you like baked beans, this goes with baked beans. Really?
No,
you're the only English person I know that doesn't like baked beans.
Oh, I can't stand it. It's just too sweet. It's too sweet. Oh. If I'm going to do baked beans, I'll make my own with fresh haricot beans, you know, and tomato sauce. You know,
I think it's texture for me. I don't like the texture. I don't know. It's just And we had this challenge come up where I had to eat some of this stuff, and I just puked straight away. And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "It wasn't that hot." And I'm like, "No. I hate baked beans. You got to understand. I really hate baked beans." Yeah. Oh. All right. So
I've got cramps coming on now because it's just honestly the scorpions from that shit the bed have just hit my stomach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load myself up with some of this from the Chili Factory Turbo Supercharge Extreme Hot Habanero Paste.
We did that one we had a chili roulette wheel. Was it chili poker? We had chili poker, and that was the one we started on.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. You best believe that was fun. Oh, mate, look, the question I want to ask you is what's in the future? What's in the future for Old League of Fire and old Matt Tangent? Tell us what's happening for you, mate. Cheers.
Well, there's a lot of cumin in these recent sources. The future. Well, we've got the belt coming back to the UK. The festival's going to open up. So we're going to be doing more of that, maybe just some regular chili eating contests that are going to be League of Fire hosted, because that's what I want to do, is do some more hosting of. But again, it's the live contests at festivals that you need that human interaction. We've got some more challenges. We've got the endurance challenge. Collaboration between Rummy Bears and Henry's Hot Sauce. It's a sauce challenge, but with a spoon, and you've got I think 30 seconds to you've got to have a spoonful, then wait 30 seconds, spoonful, until you finish the whole bottle. So it's like a chug, but over time, you know.
That sounds brutal because I know how bad that can get pretty bad quick.
The cap gun challenge, which is coming out, which
I've heard about that. We've had one of those.
It's this one here.
Yeah.
There's some chili powder, there's sauce, and there's some tincture as well.
Yeah, I have heard of this.
So there's that. We've got I've got some things in the pipeline that I can't really talk about because they might not happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you start talking about certain things, they might not happen. But it's been something I've been working on for a while. So if it does happen, great. We'll let everyone know. If it doesn't happen, then it never happened. So,
yeah. All right, mate. Well, we're on to the last question, mate. This one here I got. Scorpion Strike on steroids.
Oh, God.
Apparently rated 2.25 million Scoville. No matter what you say, she is freaking hot. So that's going to be fun, as usual. What one have you got there, mate?
I've got here Heiko hot sauce pepper pleasure. Another one he did. Not a challenge sauce, just one for the.
As soon as you open the bottle of this Scorpion Strike, you can smell the heat. You're like, oh, I'm in trouble.
Oh, no. Oh. This one's got scorpion, ghost, habanero, and Hungarian wax peppers.
Oh, wow. Hungarian wax peppers.
Yeah.
All right. So, maybe I don't know if you've seen our show at all before, but in this segment, it's called Fuzzy Facts, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to eat them at the same time, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 10 facts about Australia. You've got to try and answer them true or false, right? So while we both burn, I'm burning. I've got to try and talk to you and ask you questions, and you've got to try and answer my questions true or false. So we get a little fuzzy creature from Australia. Whoop, what's going on? Hey, gimme. Hey, that was Terry the Tasmanian Tiger. And he's just given me 10 Aussie facts about Australia. Oh, there it is. All right. So, about to eat them. Are you ready? Ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right.
Oh, this is amazing.
All right. Alice Springs has a parody event to the Henry Royal Regatta. True or false?
The angry go true.
True. That's right. It's true. All right. Same sort of genre. The boats in this race ironically are on wheels. True or false?
I would say true, because it would have to be, because there's no water around there to have a real boat race, is there? Really? So
actually, it's false. They're Fred Flintstone style.
Oh, so I see.
They're actually running around.
Oh, brilliant!
It's like an empty riverbed kind of thing. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
It's 1,500 kilometers from water over there. Yeah. All right. Australia has the Shitbox Rally, a race with cars worth $1,000 or less. True or false?
Oh God, it's got to be true. Let's please be true.
That's true, mate. That's true. And this is the second part of that one, right? That race is from Perth to Darwin via Broome, 3,500 kilometers. True or false?
That's got to be true as well.
That's right. It's true. It's crazy. So most of the cars don't make it.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Tunarama Festival celebrates all things relating to Hobart's most lucrative fishing resource. True or false?
Tubarama, you say?
Tunarama, like a fish.
Oh, Tunarama. I would say false.
That's right. It's false. It's actually Port Lincoln in South Australia. Every Australia, right? The highlight of the festival, though, is the World Championship tuna toss. Is that true or false?
Tuna toss. I would say true. You probably have to try and toss a tuna over a bar or something.
True. It's sort of like a hammer throw. You've got to throw it as far as you can. Right.
Like dwarf tossing, but
All right. The grand final of the Burrowa, I'm going to say it wrong, Burrowa Hotel's Irish Woolfest is the running of the sheep. Running of the sheep. True or false?
No, I would say it's false.
It's actually true. It's so bizarre, sure, isn't it? Right. All right. All right. The Dunny races got banned in the 80s for being too crass. True or false?
Australia banned something for being too crass? I don't think so.
That's right. It's false. They still exist in the Sunshine Coast, Werribee, Quilton, Northern Queensland, Outback, and many more, mostly on Australia as well.
Yeah.
Right. Number 9, Maslin Beach nude games. Clothing is not optional, even for spectators. True or false?
Nude games.
Yeah.
Nude games.
With the clothing not optional, even for spectators. True or false?
I would say that's true because, yeah, go on, true.
It's false, actually. The
Ah,
clothing is only banned for the competitors, but in events like three-legged race, the sack race, and the tug of war, ironically,
ooh,
which you should imagine a whole bunch of everybody's going, what?
yeah,
All right, last and final one, mate. Ready?
yeah.
Okay. The Denny Ute Muster had a gathering of 9,736 Australian Utes in 2013. True or false?
The what?
The Denny Ute Muster
Ute
had a
muster.
gathering. Yeah, Utes, like a utility vehicle, right?
Yeah,
Gathering of 9,736 Australian Utes in 2013. True or false?
that's a lot of Utes. A gathering of Utes. That's a lot. Go on, let's say yes. That's true. That's a lot of Utes.
That's bloody true, mate, isn't it? That's a good one,
Yeah.
mate. Congratulations, buddy. Holy crap, you made it through the fire trial.
Oh.
You've already earned and you've answered the true or false question for Fuzzy Facts, mate. Look, you got 60 seconds to say whatever you want to say, mate. What do you got to say to all those slice listeners out there?
Well, I'm saying that I'm dripping now, which is good
Yes.
because the burner's coming through. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed myself today. I've had a great time. Thanks for inviting me on.
Mate.
Yeah, but everybody, check out leagueoffire.com. And if you want to be part of League of Fire, then get one of the products. But make sure you follow the rules. Don't just do them the way you want to do them. Just do check them out, the rules, so that and I recommend you film landscape if at all possible, because the number of times people kind of move stuff off screen and be further back from the camera as well, so we can see the products. There's a few tutorials on the blog section on how to do them properly, really. But yeah, just be safe. Read the disclaimer and go for it. Go for it. And Heather, right? It takes all my money. Yeah. Well, but yeah, thanks, Phil. I've really enjoyed today, and I will. I was due to actually go to Australia in January, just gone.
But then obviously the good old COVID-19.
So with a bit of luck, I'm going to be going, roughly this time next year, maybe a bit earlier. So maybe we can hook up when I'm there.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. I'll give you a tour.
Yeah. All right, mate. Thanks a lot, mate.
Right. Well, yeah, we're going, buddy, and I'll catch you later. And hopefully, nice.
All right. Okay, mate. Bye.
All right, Spice Legends, thank you so much for joining us tonight in our crazy goodness and awesome spicy goodness. You guys have an awesome night. But for now, guys, as you always know, keep calm.